the city, a brilliant scientist is on the verge of an amazing discovery.
The cells, they're holding. They're stable.
Finally, we can replace damaged skin tissue.
Then,
no foolish heroics, if you please.
they destroyed everything he had, all that he loved, everything that he was. Now, crime has a new enemy, and justice has a brand new face.
I was afraid that you wouldn't want me anymore.
Of course I still want you.
The good news is that I know who's behind our little troubles of late. Finish it. Look about you. It's all mine.
He has the power to look like any man.
They're still both sons of witches!
But he is unlike any man.
I gotta tell you something about me.
He's a cockroach. You think you kill him? And he pops up someplace else.
In the darkest hour,
Julie, who's the real monster here?
there's a light that shines on every human being. But one. From director Sam Raimi. Darkman.
Welcome to the Gore podcast. I am the not-so-mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing this shit show in as always. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. For with me are my horror homies, as always. Although we're missing one today, but we're going to still shout them out regardless. But with me, I have the Dark Lord of Knowledge, the Chad Daddy himself, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And that meat mountain, the killing machine himself, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, fuckers.
Yeah. Welcome. Today is September 26, 2022, and we're going to have a fun, fucking-tastic episode today. We are missing our lovely Mr. Scuba Steve, but he is on grandma duty tonight. So
lucky guy. I wish I could still see my grandma.
I would love to hang out with Steve's grandma.
She sounds like such a
cool
be
lady. Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Right? Like she's the kind of lady that is just has that no shit attitude. I mean, Steve's been telling us the whole time, so it's like we know. But yeah, dude, she's a fantastic lady, and so that's where he's spending tonight. I'm sure he's catching in or hopefully listening at some point. So if he does, wishes to all of them. But we do have a variant Steve. So before we talk about the fantasticness that we are here to talk about today, we're going to do what we always do. And we're going to talk about what we did in the last week. So, variant Steve, if you could please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Easy. All righty.
Okay, that makes me just want a nice fucking extra large.
It does, dude.
I feel bad for the people listening to the audio only version of this in the future because they don't get to see that great little graphic of the cheesy pizza.
It also makes me think of something else, but we got kids watching this.
So Brody said they ruined the film in one trailer.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I'd say ruin, gave a little away, but
yeah. I was gonna say it's spoiler heavy for sure. I don't know if it was ruined, but that all depends on the take. But we're not gonna talk about that yet. We're gonna talk about what the fuck we did. So, Bob, you want to start us off? What'd you do last week, homie?
Last week was just worked for last week anyway.
Work.
This past weekend, so Friday, me and my girlfriend we went and saw that horror movie Barbarian.
Ooh,
thoughts? That like this was a movie that kind of, I don't know, like snuck out of nowhere. All of a sudden, everybody started talking about it, and like it is scary. It had us on the edge of our seats, so I enjoyed it.
Without giving away too much, what are we talking here? What kind of horror? Slasher?
Definitely no.
Or no slasher.
No.
Psychological?
A little bit of psychological. It's definitely. I would say. How do
Are we talking revenge film? Are we just going that basis? Maybe.
All right. So put it to you this way. It's all right. I'll just give a very short basis. Basically, I'll give what the basis of everything says it is. So a woman has an Airbnb in Detroit, and it's in the shit part of Detroit. Like,
so it's just in Detroit.
So it's in Detroit.
No. So it's like this one house, nice. The rest of the fucking area is terrible. But turns out she's not the only one staying in this house. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
It went away. We were like, no, we're not sure. It's definitely a little cringeworthy at points, but it's good.
Is it? I don't even know how to ask this. Is it just people? Are we dealing with kind of supernatural elements in it? Like, what are we talking? Just people?
No supernatural. You're dealing with. Think of what a barbarian is.
Okay, no, just aggressive, savage people.
You're dealing with one.
Well,
You're just dealing with one, but think of what a barbarian is. It's not something that is in society.
Yeah, it's somebody who rapes and kills and pillage and fucking.
So think of it like that way.
What's fucking Arnold's fucking classic line? We'll fucking lament the women and fucking.
Oh yeah,
I
can't remember how it goes.
Enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
Yes, there you go. See, perfect barbarian mentality.
But don't think of it, Arnold-esque barbarian. Think of it as, oh, that's fucking ugly and creepy.
Oh,
and it really was.
But you enjoyed it, so that's
no. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it could have been a little longer for the ending. Really? The ending was okay, but I still think it was a good movie. I think we're gonna get an unrated cut in DVD or Blu-ray form for sure.
Good deal. That's awesome, dude.
And then Saturday, we did Sunflower Farm with a few friends of ours.
Didn't you frolic through some flowers, if I'm not mistaken?
You're damn right I did.
Bobby, you're the only person I've seen that can tower over sunflowers like that.
Right? Dude, like a sunflower is like a 9-foot tall fucking plant. Like,
it comes up to here on Bobby.
And believe it or not, it was actually a good time because it wasn't just, we're here for sunflower. No, they had fucking food trucks and all kinds of fun little shit. So we did that. So.
Is it just a sunflower field to go like check out the field?
No, you could go and pick them. There's a whole bunch of different. So like my girlfriend's mom came, she picked a few flowers.
But I mean, like you guys obviously ran into an event of some kind. But I'm just saying, like naturally, like is this just the field, or is there like a little like
a farm kind of
center? Yeah.
No, there is a farm, thing. But a majority of it is like flowers and sunflowers. Okay. They have pumpkin picking as well. They got all of that, but we were there for the sunflowers for Saturday. And then we hit the food trucks and we had some good food and shit like that. And then Saturday night was the second haunt of the season for us. We drove out to...
Damn, you got 2 under the belt. Nice, dude.
Bro, you have no idea.
I'm jealous, man. See, you can't do this when you got kids all the time, man. Because then you just got to find...
Well, I would just look at her and be like, I'm sorry, but we are going broke for the month. And I take full responsibility, but the kids are going to get scared shitless for the next 3 weeks in a row. Whether they like it or not. I'll put them in therapy when they're older. It's okay. But we drove out to, I forget the name of the town, but the name of the haunt was called Bates Motel.
Nice.
And they had a haunted hayride, a trail, and then they had a haunted house. Very good. It was really good. I haven't been there in probably about 10 years. So it was nice to go back and actually see it. They upgraded a few things. It was good. It was so much fun. Like fucking, yeah, this is what I do for the month of October.
I'm jealous, dude. I'm jelly.
It's what we do.
I'm probably going to get to like one, maybe. Like we always plan a big like friend trip, and that's probably not going to be for a couple weeks at least. But
go to Headless Horseman on the 22nd and meet us there,
bro.
Dude,
have you ever been to Headless Horseman?
Yes, I took the trip.
So we went. Oh, it was pre-kid. I can't go too deep into this, but I went pre-kid. It was fantastic, dude. It's only 3.5 hours away. It's actually in Sleepy Hollow, New York.
Yeah.
If anybody can get the chance to, man, this is like legit. You get, what is it?
10 haunts. It's 10 attractions.
Oh, they upped it. Okay, so it
Yes.
used to be only it was the hayride, and then it was 5 haunted houses. But then,
No,
like in
now
the
it's
middle of the last 2 haunted houses, there was like a full like attraction exhibit where they had like fucking this chick that was sword swallowing, and then these other like magicians and shit, and then there was like some like crazy rock. It was, dude, it was a good fucking time, man. You are there. And it's
like
cool because when they bring you into that little western town, right? Like that's still the same. And that's how you exit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. So it's a full loop around the way they do it. And this place is acres upon acres. I think we were in there, lines and rides all total for like 3.5 hours. That is a solid.
That's a solid 3.5 hours.
And even their lines fucking chug because they're fucking used to it, dude. So they have
they have to be able to.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The scariest moment for me there was when I didn't see the fucking Clydesdale coming up with the headless horseman during the hayride, and that fucker put his head in my lap, and his head, that head was the size of my entire fucking top torso, and that was just a fleeting moment. I was just like, oh god, dude. Ooh, all right. So you want to pass it to Chad Daddy for a minute? All right, we're gonna pass it to Chad Daddy. All right, Bob, give us a refresh if you can. If you can't, we'll see what we get. Chad Daddy, how you been, sir? What'd you do
I
last
have
weekend?
been all right. You know, I don't know what the weather was like out there. We had a couple nice days here, and then no joke, the first day of fall, the temperatures dropped 20 fucking degrees. 20 degrees. I had no choice. I had to turn the goddamn heater on already.
No shit.
Yeah, and I hate that but I don't want sick kids on top of it because my youngest was sick the one day. She just had a fever, and it kind of killed it because literally all she did that entire day and the entire night, she just slept. She just felt like crap, didn't eat anything, so she slept the whole day, whole night. Gets up the next day, feels fine. And of course, since she slept all that time, she was literally awake all night, sitting in her room watching TV. So the day after that was real fun.
I bet.
But, you know,
dude, fall happens, man. When fall comes, dude, it comes with a fucking fist, and she is ready. And it doesn't matter who you are, you will get it, dude. You're good, especially if you got kids in the school. But that's even worse.
Oh yeah, my son's got a real nasty cough right now. But yeah, dude,
Bro,
like I said, it's just as quick as that temperature dropped, I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the furnace on already. What else have I been up to? The wife and I started watching this show. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's on Epix. It's called From.
No.
Never heard of it.
If you guys have Epix, or if you want to check it out, they can give you like a free trial or whatever. Dude, it is really fucking good.
It's only on Epix?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like you combine like The Walking Dead with like 30 Days of Night. Like it's fucked up. It's really cool. And
what's
maybe
up, Tyler?
it's kind of like a little bit of Lost in there too. Like
really?
There's like this whole big mystery. See, it's like these people. It starts out with this family that's on vacation, and all of a sudden there's a tree down in the road. So they turn around to try and go around it, and they end up in this town. So they ask how to get out, and the the sheriff tells them, go up that road, and then you'll see. And of course, it just keeps looping them back around to the town. So they're obviously trapped there, and it's this whole big mystery about it. And there's all these monsters and shit, and there's all these little talismans that keep them out of the homes, but you have to stay inside at night. But they're not quite vampires because they don't suck your blood. They like completely rip your insides out and eat everything else. Ooh. So it's like they're ghouls or something. I don't know. That part hasn't been explained yet as far into it as we are. But like you can't escape the town. There's people that have been trapped there for years. And
what is this called?
From. Yeah.
Okay. Because part of that plot sounded like another movie or another show that I watched where there was people in a town and they were stuck, but there was like weird things on the outside of the town. But it was not that.
I think there was a movie kind of like that, but probably
there's been a lot of stuff with that very like broad premise.
It's just really cool because like the way it pulls these people into this town, like this, it's always a tree in the middle of the road, and it literally pops up.
Bigfoot, dude.
No, but the mystery is it pops up all across the country because this family was traveling in Florida and it hit them, and these people were in Texas. There were people that were in fucking Utah, and this tree popped up and they ended up in this town.
Cool.
So yeah, it's really cool.
So the tree is the teleportation like unit or thing that knocks about that. Okay.
It's really
okay. Yeah, that sounds very.
It's really fucked up, and it's very gory.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you guys get a chance to check it out, like I said, it's called From, and it's on Epics.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. All right. I think
Like,
I do have Epics downloaded, but I haven't personally watched the channel in a while. So
I've never had it, so I can't tell you.
that's all right, Bob.
Never had it, never will. But yeah, so we really started getting into that. What else do we do? Not much new. I'm still trying to find a really good game to get back into. I started playing Wolfenstein: The New Order. I don't know, man.
Listen, dude, I have tried numerous times to restart that game, and for some reason I just fade off. And I love the Dooms and everything, and I love the old Wolfenstein, but I feel like, and this is just me spitballing, I feel like they made kind of like the game mechanics in itself almost a little too like much. And what I mean is, for anybody that's played it or hasn't played it, which I'll explain, it's a standard shooter. Obviously, you could duck, crouch, and everything, blah 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 blah. But there's just more than that, like because it's got cover stuff. So you can like peek around corners or can like look under. So it is cool that it has these elements, but I feel like when you're trying to play, there's a lot of times that those game mechanics will sometimes clunk up what you're trying to do. At least for me, it did.
It does, and it increases the difficulty level so high that you're like, you know what? I'm just not even enjoying this.
Right. It didn't feel. And how far did you get? Did you at least get to where you were in the hospital coming out of the coma?
I got a little bit past that.
Okay.
Like just like when you're in the trunk of the car and get to that, you're just trying to get out. Yeah.
I did start playing, and it's kind of the same mechanics, but I feel they fasten it up a little bit. The Old Blood. That one's a little better in my opinion, and that one's actually, but that was actually pretty cool, so it wouldn't matter. Like there's stuff that obviously alludes to it. But.
It's just frustratingly hard, you know. I can't get into games that are like that. Like there's people that love like the Dark Souls games and like that. And
Fuck that, dude. I've tried it. Nope, not my bag.
And what the people that defend that game, they're like, oh, what happens is you got to die a lot in the game, and then you got to figure out what you're supposed to do. I'm like, no, fuck that. I don't want to die a lot in any game. The whole point of playing a game is to not die.
It sounds like Happy Death Day. You got to die until you figure out what the fuck you cannot die.
No,
that's not an enjoyable game to me. It's stupid.
Yeah, if you're fighting it too much, you're just like, nope.
Yeah, I don't have too long to wait. I know Gotham Knights comes out next month, and in a couple weeks I'll get my Shredder's Revenge physical copy for the Switch. So I'll have that.
Hey, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I've been holding out for the physical because I like the little bonuses it comes with.
Hey, that's fair, man. I'd get it too. I still might. Never know.
But let's see. Aside from that, not a whole lot going on. Like I said, my son, his team got absolutely annihilated on Saturday's game. Like they lost 7-2, dude. But
that's not terrible, dude. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
The game was it just really sucked because the game was at 10 in the morning. So the sun was like just a bit above the horizon. It was just in that spot where it was always in the kids' eyes. Like my son's standing in front of they're standing in front of the net like this. They can't see. Okay. So they were at a major disadvantage because they couldn't see what was going on.
Yeah, they need to give them some shades.
Yeah, that would
we used to be able to.
I don't know how it is in soccer, but I know like in hockey, after each period, you switch sides.
Right. Wait.
No, they didn't switch sides at all.
No. Soccer, you only switch.
I don't know if soccer does.
Not professional soccer, but in like lesser like high schools and stuff they do. I know I did.
See, I would assume that they did because it's a very similar game to hockey, but they don't switch sides. So
I was gonna say I don't think we ever switched sides, dude, playing it as a kid.
And
I know I did.
Sometimes you would at halftime. Sometimes you would do a field swap at halftime, but I think that was more like field mandate, not per like actual how do I want to say this? Like the regulations through the league or whatever.
Right.
But all right.
But yeah, they got, and that was the third game they played in less than a week. Like most places, they have like one game a week. That was their third game within 6 days. So they're tired.
Word.
Because they're like, we gotta go again. Fuck.
Yeah, and they play again Thursday. So
word.
All right. Yeah, it's been pretty calm around here. Aside from that, kids going to school. We were supposed to go to Del Grosso Park yesterday, which is it's a theme park.
Word.
But with 2 sick kids, and it was storming, so it sucks because we prepaid for the tickets, and I don't think they're transferable till next year. So
shit.
Yeah. So we didn't get to go. It was $50 total that we're out. It's not like Not like it's $50 a person. Yeah.
It's not.
No, it's not terrible.
Nobody likes to wipe their ass with $50, and I'm the first one to admit it, dude, because I'm cheap as fuck.
Same,
but there has been times where it's just like, dude, you've lost or you spent way more money way faster on stupider shit. So you're like,
exactly.
Right,
so I'm not, and thankfully the kids didn't know about it. It was going to be a surprise to them, so it's not like they really know that they're missing anything.
Okay. No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Word. Anything else fun this weekend, bud?
No, that's it. How about you? Let's move it on over your way.
Alrighty, so I'll keep this short and sweet. I was kind of busy this weekend for the most part. We went to this place called Tim's Pumpkin Patch, dude, which is this big ass hoity-toity white person pumpkin patch over past this town called Skinny Atlas, which, like, if anybody knows the song Bo Berman's White Woman Instagram, that is the spot right there, baby. I was also singing White People Taco Night the whole time I was there because that's all I could fucking think of, dude. Like, there's like me dressed in like horror shit as per usual, and a couple other, but dude, it's like nice sweaters and women dressed as fucking what's his name from Star Wars?
Han Solo.
Oh god,
like, it's Han Solo season,
bro. Like full out, and it was just. And the best part is, so like, we got there, and they're not pumpkin patches of yore, right? These new pumpkin patches are fucking roided to the fucking max, dude. They're like little fucking theme parks essentially at this point now. They have to be. It's insane. Or you just have beer. It's one of the two. And this place kind of does both. They actually do it really smart, and that's why. So they have a lot of beer, and they have a bunch of activities besides your normal like pumpkin picking. And they had live music and shit, dude. And they got this big fucking store there that's got a bunch of merch in it, but they got like bakeries and shit, dude, and they make everything like donuts, blah blah,
Bro.
And then they had a couple other shops too, so of course I had to get a pumpkin funnel cake, which was fucking well,
now wait a minute. My main question is, how are the apple cider donuts? Did you get any?
So we usually do, and they are always delicious. But we wanted to get apple fritters this time because the thing where I was getting the funnel cake, because they didn't have the funnel cake on the inside, said apple fritters. My wife's like, I'll get that. Now, I fucking love apple fritters, dude. That is literally my favorite donut out of any donut, and I will fight people for it. What they gave us were not, in my technicality, a fucking apple fritter.
So is this good or bad?
I liked it, but it's not an apple fritter, and my wife and kid did not. So what it was literally just apple rings that were coated and deep fried.
That is not a fritter.
That's not a fucking fritter.
That's a deep fried apple.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, no, this is just a coated apple or a crunch. I'm like, that's not a fritter. I'm like, it's good. And I threw a couple on top of my pumpkin funnel cake because it was like the hot apple topping almost. So it was money for me, dude. And the cider there is fucking fantastic. But we did that. We did like the little stupid hayride, and they got the corn maze and a couple other little mazes and shit, right? And petting animals and all that stuff. Dude, we didn't even end up getting pumpkins because by the time we got through the food lines and did all the rest of this shit, everybody just kind of looked at each other, and like my sister and brother-in-law were like, all right, well, we're going to bounce because we don't need pumpkins, and we're going to go actually get like real food. And then the wife and I were like, yeah, this place it was busy, dude.
Oh,
because like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? So you're literally just driving, and it's just 55 the whole way, and then you're going down this side road, and you're like, there's a business down here. All right. And then you pull over this knoll, dude, and then you're like, oh, you see the parking lot, and you're like, ew, it was fucking full. And I was like, all right. I'm like, fuck, dude, everybody's here. Like, god damn it, I should have known midday Saturday.
That's how it's going to be for the next month and a half.
It is, dude. And it was insane, dude. They were doing fantastic. So good for them. I will say it full out. Kiddo, I think it was funny. We got over a cold, like Chad was talking about, just dude, beginning of school this time of year. It fucking sucks. I was getting over it. The wife and the kid were good, and then we went to the fucking pumpkin patch, dude. We came home, and then the kiddos instantly got like a headache and a fever that night, and I'm like, oh, fuck me, dude. So we waited the next day, did a COVID test, nothing, obviously we were good there. But then the wife woke up this morning. She felt like shit, but she felt like shit on a totally different level than the daughter. And I'm like, all right, y'all need to stay the fuck away. I'm gonna stay in the basement. I just got over being sick. I don't need to go from sick to fucking sick. This is bullshit. Like, nope. So did that, hopped over to a little con myself on Sunday because the family was not feeling so well. And it was a tiny little guy, but I know the dudes that are running it, so I wanted to show my support. I was supposed to be there as a cosplay group, but I just couldn't get enough members to do it. But unfortunately, it was kind of it's okay that we didn't do it. And
it was one of those.
And I like the dude. I'm not trying to buy a bad mouth in case he actually watches this because I want to do that. I will say him and I have a disagreement though, because I wanted him to do a horror con. So he tried doing a horror con, but he didn't do it wasn't a full horror con. It was like a weird, like split horror sci-fi kind of thing. Whatever. That's fine. But he was starting to he's like, horror cons just don't work. And I'm like, as I'm standing there with my Monster Mania 50 shirt on, I was like, well, buddy, not for fucking nothing, dude.
They're on to number 53.
I was like, I'm going to beg to differ. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, dude, I literally just came from this one. And not to mention, I was also in one in Jersey down in April that was nowhere near the size, but it was still a pretty solid, con put on. I'm like, that was New Jersey. I'm like, listen, it's there. It's just,
you got to put out for it.
Right. And I wish he did it kind of fast, and I wish it was something I want to do one around here because I feel like there is no good ones, and I'm I feel like I know enough people and enough resources now at this point to where I can culminate something of a group to really want to put something good on. And easily I could have it stem over. I wouldn't even care if it stemmed into somebody else's court, even if I just got the ball rolling. You know what I mean? And just here you go. If somebody's got more of the mean or the power or the money to do it, then by all fucking means, go right ahead. I just want it to happen. Yep. And that's what I was trying to say. I'm like, dude, case in point, there's nothing in fucking Cherry Hill. That town closes at 9:30, and I'm not shitting on it by any means. But it legitimately closed down at 9:30. But whatever this con did or how they fucking did it, they found this one fucking hotel that was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And they rocked their fucking socks off, dude. And it was insane. It was awesome.
And they always do.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm like, you can do it. But you just got to find that initial push. Yeah. Now for me, and I think I know what it is, and I could be wrong. He didn't have any clothing vendors. And I'm like, dude, with horror people, you need clothing vendors. Yes. You need clothing vendors more than toys or any of that other shit, dude. Yep. Because that's what I'm gonna buy. And then artwork comes second. And then actors for me third. But obviously everybody
that depends on who's at the show.
I don't even really care much about actors.
Like I said, everybody's shit's different, but I'm not gonna get into that, dude. You know what I mean? That's just everybody's taste. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm all about the swag. Dude, we're 30 minutes into this shit, so we're gonna fucking end this.
Yeah,
we're gonna actually start talking about what the fuck we're here to talk about today because holy shit, we wasted way too much time. So that is 1990s Darkman, and Bobby, I'm gonna hand this over to you because it is your pick, buddy.
Thank you very much. So, Dr. Peyton Westlake is on the verge of realizing a major breakthrough in the creation of synthetic skin when his laboratory is blown up by gangsters. Having been burned beyond recognition and forever altered by an experimental medical procedure, Westlake becomes known as Darkman, assuming alternate identities in his quest for revenge and a new life with his former love. Directed by Sam Raimi, Drag Me to Hell, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness, and Evil Dead, and all of that good stuff. Written by...
Yeah, we know that. We all know that.
Written by Sam Raimi. Need I say more? I'll just say Spider-Man. There you go. Chuck Farfer?
Far. I think the P is silent. We'll say Far.
Okay, I think, yeah, you're probably
Far.
Far. Navy
wait.
SEALs.
No. What? You have to say it like that guy said it on Clerks. Ooh, Navy SEALs.
Woo, Navy SEALs.
If you guys saw Clerks, you'd know.
Also Virus and Ivan Raimi.
John, what happened? We can't hear you.
First Clerks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember when
I had myself muted because I went to run and get me some bubbly. Sorry.
Yeah, it's the part where Randall is talking about working in the video store and people will just rent the dumbest things they can, and then just shows the guy, ooh, Navy SEALs.
Yeah, buddy.
Sounds like you found a porno when he said it, though. Like Ivan Raimi, Spider-Man 3, Drag Me to Hell. Produced by Rob Tappert, The Grudge, and 30 Days of Night. John, give me a rundown of the names that I can't fuck up this week.
Maybe I can. We'll see. I'm not even going to try, though. If it happens, it happens. All right, we got Liam Neeson.
I don't have to try.
We got Liam Neeson canceling podcasts everywhere, from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and Batman Begins as Dr. Peyton Westlake / Darkman. We have Frances McDormand from Fargo and Transformers Dark of the Moon as Julie Hastings. See, I knew her from Fargo, but I did not see her. I didn't see that Transformers. So
that was the last decent one.
Was it?
Well, Bumblebee was pretty good too.
Bumblebee was fantastic, dude. I did watch that. Colin Friel's Dark City, and oh wow, Dark City. I haven't thought of that movie in forever. That was a good movie. Water Rats as Louis Strack Jr., Larry Drake, Dr. Giggles, and L.A. Law as Robert G. Durant, Nelson Machita from Independence Day, and Bruce Almighty as Yakito Yakiti Yanagito. Yanagito. Wow, what a fucking terrible name. Ted Raimi. What the hell is he in?
That's a good question.
Literally everything Sam's ever done, he's done.
And then some. Pretty much any 80s horror movie, you could find him in there. Blood Rage was a perfect one. That's where he was selling rubbers right at the beginning, dude. And Xena Warrior Princess as Rick Anderson, Nicholas Worth from Don't Answer the Phone, and Hell Comes to Frogtown. Hell Comes to Frogtown.
I've never seen it either.
Wasn't that was the one with from the 80s, right? 86?
Probably.
Yeah, it has Roddy Piper in it.
Yep. Okay. As Paulie Mazzucchelli. All right. I'm still going to say Mazzucchelli because I like it. Dan Hicks from Evil Dead 2 and Intruder as Skip Altwater. Jesse Lawrence Ferguson from The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. What the fuck is that?
That is the fucking weirdest. The movie is just as weird as the title.
I bet. And Prince of Darkness as Eddie Black. Raphael H. Robledo. We're gonna go with that. Toy Soldiers and a low down dirty shame as Rudy Guzman. Dan Bell from Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 as Sam Smiley Rogers. I was actually just thinking about watching Wayne's World 2. That's all. That's the second one. 2 as in 200. Sorry.
Oh no, the second one is just as good as the first.
Yes, it is.
Both are easily quotable regardless.
Definitely.
Arsenio Sonny Trinidad from The Karate Kid Part 2 and The Shadow as Hung Fat.
I just love that name. Hung Fat.
He's a little hung.
Great name. You know what's funny is he fought. Wasn't he a bad guy in The Shadow?
I've never seen The Shadow.
Well? Yeah, it's just another dude with kind of like he looks like Darkman.
We'll get into that. It's in my
note. Awesome.
Okay, continuing on Manic Music by Danny Elfman. We all know who the fuck is. Like, dude, Danny Elfman is so famous that if you don't listen to musical scores very often, you still know who the fuck Danny Elfman is.
Bro, Danny Elfman is so specific. You can literally hear 3 notes from that motherfucker, and you're just like, oh,
Danny's here.
Yep. Exactly. Cinematography by Bill Pope, Fire in the Sky, and Spider-Man 2. Edited by...
You would have never guessed cinematography from a Spider-Man movie.
Right?
What?
And it was the good one, too.
Hey, the first one's great, too.
Oh, the second one's the best. It's the best.
Oh, the second one is my favorite, hands down.
That is the
top
gold
3 super hand. Yeah, that's gold standard.
That is.
But I still love the first one, dude.
No doubt. So do I.
Yeah. All right.
Edited by Bud S. Smith, The Karate Kid, and The Replacements, which is another.
I love The Replacements so much.
Great movie. And David Stiven, who did The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2, and Crocodile Dundee. Must love them Aussies. We love them saucy Aussies. Effects and makeup by Tony Gardner. Did Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky. He also did
Seed of Chucky was black. Curse was good.
Curse was good. Cult wasn't as good. Seed was the worst.
Seed was awful.
Seed was just a laugh fest, not even scary.
That's why I hated it.
Yeah, there you go.
It got too hokey. And Larry Hamlin, who did Dark Angel and Universal Soldier, distributed by Universal Pictures, runtime of 96 midgets. Rated R for mature audiences, budget of $14 million, and it actually grossed $48.8 million.
Damn.
Pretty successful.
This was very successful when it came out.
Yeah.
All right. So, gentlemen, let's discuss this. I believe, and I could be wrong, this was nobody's first time catching this movie, right?
Definitely not.
This was probably my 500th time watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is definitely like a solid
This is a solid rewatch, probably once or twice a year.
I gotta say, man, I have probably not watched this movie in well over a decade.
That's what I said. I said this is probably the first time I've seen it in about 20 years.
It's I used to watch this as a kid all the time because I had it recorded off of HBO on tape, but then it was also on TV all the time. So anytime it was on TV, it was one of those ones where I would just stop what I was doing. I was like, ooh, Darkman. It's like Die Hard. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where it is in the movie.
You have to put it on. Yeah.
I'm watching Die Hard, dude.
I am not 100% sure, but I am relatively very strongly sure that in one of my totes in the basement where I have all my novels, I have the novelization of Darkman.
Ooh, really?
I'll have to double check. I know I got some strange ones in there. I have Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I have the novelization of Predator 2.
That got a novelization?
Mm-hmm.
Everything gets a novelization.
Oh yeah, back in the 80s and 90s. Fuck yeah, dude. And I would I would go buy and read the book before I would usually go see the movie.
It was funny though, because then you could buy the actual book, then go see the movie, and then buy the book again that's based off the movie. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
It kind of makes me wonder how different that book was than the movie. Do you remember? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay.
So I gotta say, man, I'm assuming this is probably Sam Raimi's first superhero movie that at least I know of.
Yep.
Yes.
But it's fantastic, dude.
It was his first mainstream studio film too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he was actually one of the few directors that said, I actually enjoyed it, doing it, because everybody knows when you're working for a major studio, 9 times out of 10, if you're an independent director, it's never usually a great experience. And Carpenter is another one who had that as well.
Now, I'm glad that Raimi enjoyed doing this and it did well, because clearly, if you have watched this, there are so many elements brought into his Spider-Man series after the fact. And let me just say, I almost feel it's almost close to the music even in the montage scene. Now, when I say this specifically, it's when Darkman is trying to figure out all the shit after he's done his exploded thing and he is Darkman now, but he's in the lab and it's doing all the stuff and the things just flying across the screen. That's totally Toby trying to figure out his costume when he's drawing it. That's literally the same exact scene, same exact kind of art style setup, everything. And I loved it. And I instantaneously flashed in my head, and that's all I could see was Toby fucking drawing a thing. But then it went to fucking Jack Black drawing things, and it was not gay enough. And I was like, damn it, Jack Black Spider-Man again. But no, it's fantastic. He hits the superhero. How do I want to say this? What you need for a superhero film or even story, I should say. He hits everything you get, you know what I mean? You get the origin, you get his sad backstory, which every good hero kind of needs some kind of a sad backstory, at least at some point, which obviously him is just getting completely fucking mutilated.
That's what I like about this movie is most superhero movies, their backstory happened before this movie or before this time. Here we see why.
Right, and his sad story was also his turning. That was literally that.
He's also the one where it's some superheroes their stuff was dealt with years ago. He has to deal with it for the rest of his life. It's never going to go away.
And I gotta say, man, the effects in this, some of them were a little wonky. You got to give it with the time, especially when he's riding around on the fucking helicopter and shit.
Yeah,
and just which, by the way, bravo to that stuntman, whoever was doing the far shots, because holy shit, dude. Could you imagine actually doing that? Just holding on to the fucking string, just getting flown around through the city. Oh my God. No.
No, but I would probably I'd be the stupidest one to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm you are getting duct tape and you are just wrapping me around it 150
I'd
times.
be just wrap my hand. It's okay. I've lived a decent life.
That's what I'm saying. Duct tape me and then throw the Darkman coat over me so it looks still loose. Yeah. But no, But the other stuff, like some of the weird effects, like case in point, when he put like Ted Raimi into the street, like they kind of had up that weird almost. It was like it was sped up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain that. I feel like that's the right way. Like it doesn't. It seems like the footage is going faster than what the audio is at normal pace.
Yeah,
but the way he was moving around and just like
they probably shot it at a low speed to make it see, because that way they could just make the cars go like really, really super slow, and then when they play it back at a faster speed, it looks like the cars are actually zooming by when they're really going like 5 miles an hour or something.
Like, but that like first pop out he does with them, dude. Like, I always love the look on his face, dude. He just looks so like almost like an animated doll, but you know, you can see it's really, I don't know, it's weird, dude. Like he's got like in his like the way his mouth is open and everything. And not for nothing, homies, there's definitely some parts in this that gave me hardcore like Evil Dead or Army of Darkness moments. Like when he's arguing with himself and everything like that. Like, I mean, he looks like Evil Ash. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he
like,
does. And the weird part is and now that you say that though, just think this was made 2 years before that.
Right.
So it's like
three,
right? 3. Because
92.
93.
Wasn't 92 when
93.
Army... Is it?
Yeah. And technically this was probably made in 89 because they were mentioning 89. And I know that was on the dates during the contracts, like when you saw the coffee stain and stuff. So, but Bob's checking. He's like, wait a minute here. Hold on. My horror shit doesn't feel
No, it's 1992. Don't tell me. It's 1992.
I thought it was 3.
Oh, shit.
No, 1990. I'm like, I fucking know my shit.
All right,
It's 1992.
I apologize. I thought it was 93.
No, because I think because he probably did this movie and had to start prepping for that because that movie was for him huge because of all the shit he had to do. Think about that.
But by the way, I'm getting the 4K of Army of Darkness next week. Tuesday. Yeah.
Wasn't that, and that was with Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, right?
No. It's just a 4K 4-disc set of Army of Darkness.
Oh.
Army is the only one.
There's one that was coming with a split with Army, though. I thought it was Army and Evil Dead 2, and then I thought there was another one with Evil Dead OG and Evil Dead 2013 on it.
No. I know there's a split set of the first and second one, and I know Scream does have the rights to the 4K of 2013, but this is just a 4-disc set of Army of Darkness.
Okay,
because you get 4 different cuts of the movie.
Okay, so the one I did see, I know it was a split one, and I'll find it because they said the problem with the split one is it only has the 4K version of the
theatrical cut.
Theatrical cut, right? Because they couldn't get
that's the only one that's in 4K. Is the
okay, so it's same with that too. Okay, gotcha. But no, man. This movie, gentlemen, I mean, whatever you... I feel like I've said it so much already.
I'll say this about this movie because I actually think it's true. I'm sure, but I'm a superhero, but I like, this movie feels more like a comic book than any other comic book movie that is based off a comic book.
Pretty much.
By how it's shot. Like, even some of the wonky scenes with the CGI, but I'm like, yeah, but it's nostalgic, but I'm like, that feels like a comic book. This feels like a comic book movie, and yet we have all these comic book movies that don't.
Especially his meltdown at the carnival. That was very comic book-esque.
Yeah, like, so for me, like, this is, I call it, well, not perfect, but I want to say a quintessential comic book Superman movie that doesn't have a comic book, at least before it came out. You know what I mean?
Wait,
what I love about this.
I thought this did have a comic before, or no?
Not before.
No.
There was a comic book adaptation. I do have it in my notes. There's a comic book adaptation. There was a comic book sequel.
Yeah,
and that was done before they decided to make the actual
sequel. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. So I mean,
but I love it. What I love about this movie is like, it mixes so many other things together so well because obviously, it's basically a ripoff of The Shadow and Batman, and there's parts of like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. Oh, hardcore Phantom,
big time Phantom of the Opera vibes, yeah.
And I mean, it's great because he's not a hero with your normal moral compass. He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
That's what's great. This is a revenge film more than anything, like we said prior. But I'm trying to think. There was it's funny you mentioned the Phantom of the Opera because there was one particular scene that really made me think about that too, and I think it was when he was with his. The fuck is that?
Oh, train.
Is that a train?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what was that? Midnight Meat
Hold on a
Train.
second, guys. I'll be right back.
No problem. Oh, Chad Daddy's gonna be
Pee-pee. He's got a pee-pee. Oh, no pee-pee.
saw that booty.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So no, but this movie had like the great horror where I was going with it had some good horror elements, especially with like the body horror with his face starting to melt and everything.
Well, it also with that he can literally basically be anybody with anything because he has. I like the fact that most superheroes have a superpower. He does and he doesn't. His superpower is he doesn't feel pain, and he has a strength. He has a strength now because his like nerve endings are pretty much shot.
He's a Terminator, pretty much.
But he's also I say a superpower because everybody else doesn't rely on science. He's literally like, well, I have a thing here that could literally turn me into anyone I need to be. So, yeah, like to me, if somebody now asked me what would be your superpower, I'd be like, I want two. I can't feel pain, and I could be a scientist who could be like, hey, guess what? I could figure out how to turn your face into my face, and there could be two of us.
So, with only the not only pain thing, was he? They also said he was stronger too.
Yeah,
right?
it increased his strength too
because it was the adrenaline.
The adrenaline was running unchecked.
Right. Okay. So not only you're not feeling pain, but now you're also like twice the strength of the average man.
But it was also done in a way where he was strong, but it's not like so over the top.
Right.
But you knew he was strong though.
But I loved his snaps. Like I love how it always would go through his eye, and you would see the weird fucking like brain shit just like fucking firing.
Yeah, and then there's an explosion.
And then just like him like tweaking out, dude, and like getting angry. Like you said at the carnival, I thought like and each time he like tweaked, it was different each time. It wasn't the same exact thing, which I thought was cool too. Like they always changed it a little bit, but like that one, the way they like went in, like where he was kind of like shocked and then came out and he was just fucking like, I don't know. That was just a cool little weird transition. I'm glad that we got it like almost 3 times. I want to say we got the original breakout. We got the original breakout. We got that, and I feel like we got one time when he was at least
there was one time in his
costume.
Lab. There was one time in his lab.
Yep. All right. So yeah, it might have been a couple, like fucking even more than I thought. Chad, you stepped away, but I wanted to mention like what's some good horror elements with this movie. Once again, I said was like body horror, especially with the face melting and everything, dude. Yeah. Obviously, we get some not over the top. I'm trying to think of some over the top kill stuff here. Like, I mean, there's nothing really.
We get. I think you could probably say, in a weird way, some real life kind of kills. They're not meant to be over the top.
Right.
Yeah, there's 2 people that get thrown, 3 people that get thrown off buildings.
We get some digit chopping. That's always good.
You get fucking a guy getting run over in the middle of the street, and like
right, yeah. He gets flattened by a tire. Like it's all gruesome shit, but it's just nothing. I mean, it might be a little bit hard when it comes to favorite kill for that pick, but.
And I think that was I think it was done like that because he looks so gruesome.
Right.
You see enough blood and you see jaw and one eye's like kind of missing.
I'm not gonna lie.
Of that.
I feel like there's not enough cosplays of this out there, and I kind of almost want to do it.
Bro, I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm like, I would fucking do Darkman.
It would be fun to just be in that character, to just fucking like run around and be like, just be all pissed off all the fucking time. Like,
I am Darkman.
Like, I don't know, it'd be cool. And then you can just come in with different masks, like just a random like celebrity mask, and just put that on and be like, yeah, now this.
You put it on over the mask you have, and then you rip it off at the right time, and it's like, I am Darkman.
So is there anything else we want to discuss on this movie? I mean, is there anything we want to bring? Like, obviously, director, we fucking love all the way. Dude, the style's fantastic.
Liam Neeson was wonderful.
This was his first big action role too, by the way.
So I gotta say, man, and watching this movie always as a kid, I don't know what it is, dude, but Liam Neeson has always looked old to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though he's young in this movie.
Yeah.
If you base it off of his older movies.
I mean, no offense, but Frances McDormand
old.
didn't look too young either.
No. People aged weird in the 80s, man. It was not a good time for people. Like, people that were 27 looked like they were fucking 52.
This is true. This is very true.
Right. But I mean, is there anything else specifically? If not, we can pop up Brody and see what he's got to say.
I want to hear what the Brody has to say.
All righty, we'll go over to the DKB.
Because I also have to pee real quick.
Oh, perfect timing then. All right, let's see what the DKB has to say.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB back for another episode of Gore, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Darkman. Just let me start off by saying that how much I really appreciate this film for what it is. It doesn't take itself too serious, and it's an absolute fucking wild ride from start to finish. I enjoy it every time I put it on the TV. It's a fucking fantastic film. I can just get lost in it. I mean, I can just enjoy it, sit back and just chill the fuck out and have a good fucking time. Definitely top tier Raimi for me. It's up there with the monks and the likes of Evil Dead 1 and 2. He's definitely got that director's trademark in this of bringing that slapstick comedy horror over and yet somewhat introducing 80s exploitative themes and the subgenre of this vigilante justice to turn it into like a superhero-esque type film, probably more so an anti-hero film. But yeah, what I really like about it the most is that Sam Raimi is able to actually, give us enough time to get emotionally invested with the characters themselves, especially Liam Neeson's character playing Darkman. And it's great to see Liam Neeson doing something different outside his comfort zone. I mean, the action is there from his previous the films in his fucking filmography. But not only that, we definitely get the slapstick humor and the horror element laced within his character, sprinkled with a little bit of emotional loss and grief. So it's great to see him do something a little bit different. And when he breaks down in some scenes, you really feel for his character, because we are there on this journey with him from start to finish, and we know what he's somewhat going through, I guess. And we really want him to seek vengeance on these fucking goons that try to hurt him. And then that's the other thing with the goons, the slapstick humor is introduced where we have each and every single one of them just unique in their own little weird way. It's funny to see them interact with each other, where it's the dialogue or where if it's Darkman killing him, because that's where we also get some slapstick humor. It's just a wild fucking ride, this film, and it works on so many fucking levels. And I mean, only Sam Raimi could pull something off like this with the directorial visual aspect that he's able to achieve and bring to life in most of his films, where it's funny, sad, really emotional, and just fun from start to finish. He really knows how to create this world. It's just a unique fucking weird little film. I just love it. I love it for what it is, and the character visual representation of Liam Neeson's character. He's definitely got this the Mummy inspired and Phantom of the Opera like presence about him. He's just really trying to be normal again. It's really fucking hard to watch. And then when he kills the fucking goons, it's like, yes, they're getting what's coming. And it's absolutely great to see unfold. Absolutely love this film. I'm going to have to give this film a Gore score of a 4.5. So this is your DKB signing out, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this film. So yeah, cheers.
Wow, 4.5.
Cheers to the
I agree with that.
4.5. I'm not going to lie. Brody went way higher than what I expected, and almost probably what even I was going to go.
Yeah.
But maybe the motherfucker will make me change my mind. We'll see.
I don't think I'm going to change my mind. I'm pretty set on what I'm going to give the film.
I know.
I'm glad he also picked up on the Phantom of the Opera hints.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and I don't it's not like I've ever really even watched Phantom of the Opera, man.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like I only know enough because of how just much I absorbed through cultural bullshit as a lot of things. I mean, dude, there's a lot.
That's, I mean, but you're not wrong. It's all everywhere.
No, case in point, dude.
Everywhere.
I know Star Wars only through people knowing Star Wars. You know what I mean? But I still know enough of it because everybody fucking knows it. So it's like, all right.
Hey, I was sitting,
I don't watch it.
I had a thought listening to Brody because he was talking about, this is one of his favorite Sam Raimi films. And I'm sitting there thinking,
it is a good Sam Raimi film.
It is. But this is just my opinion. I think Sam Raimi peaked with Spider-Man 2. Like Evil Dead 1, 2, then he went down a little with Darkman, shot up with Army of Darkness, then went down a little bit for a few years and came back up in Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. And then I like Drag Me to Hell. I'm sorry, I did not like
Drag Me to Hell. I did not like. And I don't know if it, I watched it once and only when it came out. I feel like I would have to rewatch it again to give it a full, like, fair review because there's a lot of shit I don't remember. I just remember coming out not enjoying it.
I think the reason why that movie got the hype that it did is because, well, Sam Raimi, I think at that point he didn't direct anything for a while.
No, that was his return. That was his big return.
That was his like return. So, and it was okay. It's nothing I'd write home about.
No.
I feel like Spider-Man 2 was his peak.
You know what it was, dude? And I think, and that's why I said I feel like I personally need to watch it again because I think I went in with way too high expectations of expecting Evil Dead 4.
I think
that was wrong, and that was wrong of me. But I was also young and naive.
You know what?
I'm going to say that, dude.
Hey, you know what? We have a couple slots. We could
maybe we should.
We might have to revisit it.
Yeah, and even not this year. If we throw it in fucking next year, I don't care, dude. That's fine. But maybe this.
Go ahead. I can't hear John now.
You can't hear me?
Now I hear you.
Okay, you are just starting to pop a little bit, homie. Just give you a heads up now.
All right, I'll change it a sec. But were you going to say what I think you were going to say before about?
Go ahead.
Well, now that we're talking about Raimi, I mean, how many Raimi films have we done? Just out of curiosity.
This is the only one.
This is the only one.
Maybe next year we could throw in a Raimi month.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I mean, you could do maybe 2 Evil Deads. You could do a Spider-Man. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's Raimi.
You would throw in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I would say no to Spider-Man just because there's
not horror.
The only horror part is the
last scene
with Dr. Octopus.
The hospital scene is the best fucking goddamn scene.
Right.
It's so good.
That is the most Sam Raimi scene out of any of the Spider-Man films.
Dude, so when I was working, I hate myself for doing this, but I don't care. So when I was building the Doc Ock cosplay, dude, like obviously, and Bob knows, dude, and then you went to Bill's cosplay, you watch the movie in the background, dude, right, dude? So I have fucking Spider-Man 2. I watched the first one and the third one but I had 2 almost on repeat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was background noise. Sometimes I would look over like that scene, or a scene, but it'd be mostly like listening to it. But every time that fucking scene in particular, that hospital scene came on, dude, I would stop what I was doing and just go over and actually just stand at the TV, dude, because I could never get enough of that fucking, oh my God, it's so good. And then the behind the scenes shit of watching that. And then also like during the orb explosion, like I love how they dude, physical props will always be fantastic to me, dude.
Yes.
Like anything. And that shit is where it's at. And I can't go out anymore because it'll just be fucking. It'll be
we'll be here all night.
We could go on all night about Spider-Man 2 because it's that good. But but yeah, like I said, I feel like maybe we should revisit Drag Me to Hell at some point. The ending was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I honestly don't remember it, so I'm gonna say I agree, and I think we should just leave it at that.
Well, I'll say one more thing on. I think it was a decent movie, but I think it should have been harder. Like it should have been a rated R movie.
I think maybe. All right, yeah.
All right, yeah.
I mean, there is an unrated cut. I don't remember if I've seen it though.
It's not much different.
Really?
It's been a while since, but I'll tell you right now, it's not that much different.
Okay. All right, so Brody gave us a 4.5. I feel like we've discussed this enough, dude. Pretty much, if you've seen any other Raimi film, you're gonna get this movie, man. It's his.
Look.
He has a very particular style, especially with the 80s and this Evil Dead flair, dude. And like this hits it well. I even feel, like I said, there's a lot of the areas where Darkman himself, when he's having his moments and he's freaking out, it reminds me of like when Ash is almost in the cabin in number 2 and he starts like doing this. Like there's a lot of, even when he's getting thrown, like when he's getting fucked up before he gets turned into Darkman and he's getting thrown into the help me out, gentlemen. Cabins.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that's full on. Like how many times have we seen that shot? But I love it. You know what I mean?
It's usually at the expense of Bruce Campbell.
Correct.
It always is.
Usually
always is.
Watching, dude. Bruce Campbell, which we got Bruce Campbell. We didn't even mention. Mm-hmm. We did get Bruce Campbell, and I know this is probably going to be in Chad Daddy's notes. Bruce Campbell was the man who was actually supposed to be Darkman.
Yep. But the studio said no.
Right. So
and honestly, what I will say is I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much with him as Darkman. I'll be honest.
It would have been a different Darkman.
It wouldn't have been.
I'm gonna say it right up. It would be a different Darkman.
So, and no disrespect to Bruce
I
Campbell.
don't know, because we've seen Bruce Campbell do Sirius.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he can't.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, if he was Darkman, they wouldn't. That would completely have changed Army of Darkness, because if they had him looking like Evil Ash already, they're not going to have you know what I mean? I feel like this would have stemmed a whole different fucking universe regardless.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And I also think not so much that he can do Sirius. I don't think it would have been as a sympathetic character as it was.
Which is, it's bullshit that he didn't get it, because I'm pretty sure right before this was fucking Scuba Steve's fucking love, Maniac Cop. And he had the fucking main lead in that. He wasn't like, I mean, he was still a dick in that. He was cheating on his wife. But he had the main rope lead, you know what I mean? Like the dude he played it, he sold it. I don't know. That sucks. Anyways, seeing we're talking about behind the scenes stuff, Chad Daddy, why don't you give us what we got?
Okay, well, believe it or not, Bill Paxton was almost cast as Peyton Westlake. According to Paxton, he told his friend Liam Neeson about the audition. When Neeson got the role, Paxton was so angry that he didn't speak to him for months.
Oh shit! I hear a train.
Sorry,
it's not. Bobby, go control the trains. God damn.
I can't do anything about it.
Go stop that train, Superman.
Right. Bill Paxton is Darkman. That would have been a way different Darkman.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I can't see Bill Paxton as Darkman.
No. Like this. Like Liam Neeson hits the crazy right.
He does.
Now, I'm not saying Paxton can't hit crazy. He can. But his crazy is a little different. His crazy is a little bit more like low-key psychological shit, dude, where you're just like, oh, Paxton's into some shit. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
As much as I liked him in like Frailty.
Loved him in Frailty.
I mean, 90s Bill Paxton was still kind of more Hudson than anything else. Because look at him in look at him in Predator 2.
Well, I was say Twister, he was more dad.
I'll say Twister he was. Dad. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but that was what, 94, 95, something like
96.
That?
Yeah, but you said 90s, right? Like if you want to say 80s hit, like 80s he's full on.
Okay, we'll go late 80s, early 90s. How about that?
Because you're right though. I like his character in Predator 2. Like he wasn't exactly the same, but
he was pretty close though.
See, now I want to see that though. I don't know why. I would like to see him.
I don't know. I would rather see a Bruce Campbell than a.
I would like to see Bruce. I would like to see Bruce Campbell do it, because I felt like there was already scenes where it almost felt like Bruce Campbell was doing some shit. Just the way in like the voice mannerisms and stuff, it felt full on. I don't know, and maybe just because I'm drawing it from obviously Raimi's other movies. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
But what else we got, Chad Daddy?
Okay, so for the role of Darkman, Sam Raimi wanted someone who could play a monster with the soul of a man, someone who could do all that beneath a lot of makeup. He also really liked Liam Neeson's Gary Cooper-esque charisma. Neeson was drawn to the operatic nature of the story and the inner turmoil of the character. To research the role, Neeson contacted the Phoenix Society, an organization that helps accident victims with severe disfigurements adjust to re-entering society.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He went balls deep researching this role.
You know what? That makes so much more sense of why he was in this role versus like anybody like who would, obviously like Campbell and shit like that. Because when you think of Raimi and you think of even just the given topic of like dark superhero, Liam Neeson coming to like head role is not, especially Liam Neeson now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, astound actor Liam.
I will find you and I will kill you.
Yeah, I only saw the first one and it was good. I didn't
see.
I feel like I
didn't
need to
very
see
much beyond
because
it,
I
no.
feel like when you have, I'm gonna side note on that one. I feel like when you get to the second Taken, like, bro, no,
it's like Die Hard 2. How can
like you should
have the same guy twice?
Yeah, like you literally should have. Now, granted, it was more of a revenge one in the second one because they came for his daughter and his wife and blah blah. But you think he would know that they're gonna come for him? You know what I mean? He knows this shit. I'm not even gonna go that route. Anyways,
again. Let's see. Liam Neeson worked 18-hour days in 10-piece makeup, but he liked the challenge and the idea of working behind a mask on camera, as well as exploring the possibilities this entailed. He also had input on the costume he wore as Darkman, especially the cloak. The hardest part was speaking with false teeth because he didn't want them to move at all.
Yeah, you can definitely hear in some of the spots like.
Well, if you think about it, when you're
but that would be a more realistic way of speaking because he doesn't have any fucking lips anyway, so he can't really enunciate certain letters.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right. I'm looking up a Darkman mask right now.
I'll say they are cool looking, bro. They are really fucking cool looking. I was looking them up before. I gotta pull the.
I don't want the one with the eyes though. I think I want the one with the eyelids.
No, you want the one without the eyes, or you could just buy it and cut the eyes out.
I could, dude. I'm gonna be Darkman. Yep, I'm gonna be fat Darkman. All right, keep going.
Joel and Ethan Coen, close friends of Sam Raimi, did some uncredited doctoring on the finished script.
Wait, who did? Sorry,
Coen brothers. Joel and Ethan Coen.
No shit.
Awesome. John, real quick. I know it's probably a lot of money, but they do make a silicone version.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but if you want one that you could really move with it, just saying.
Right.
What about just makeup appliances? Would that?
That's.
I feel like that would be the best way to go, but
I would think.
Yeah,
but,
it would be.
I mean, here's the thing. The mask can be all right, and I can do a little bit of repainting, but I'm still gonna mummify the thing, dude. You know what I mean? Because I want the straps and shit, dude. So like that's gonna add the extra layer to like hide the shittiness of this. It's only $40, dude. It's only $40 from fucking.
I'll just get it. Just fucking get it.
You know, I might, dude. My wife's gonna be like, for real, another one. I'd be like, yes, another one.
Hey, Emily's on. Emily, what's up?
Hi, Emily.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Yeah. Welcome. I haven't seen you in forever. Okay, so continuing on. Sam Raimi originally wanted to base this movie on The Shadow and had to create the character of Darkman when he couldn't obtain the rights. Unable to secure the rights to both The Shadow and Batman when she was trying to get, Sam Raimi wrote his own character, capable of changing his own face, drawing inspiration from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom of the Opera, and The Elephant Man. In 2006, Raimi tried again to make a Shadow film with Batman producer Michael E. Uslan, but the project never materialized. So he was still trying his damnedest to make a Shadow movie.
I need to rewatch The Shadow, man, because
I don't know, man. It has Alec Baldwin. I just want to distance myself from anything he's in anymore.
I love Beetlejuice, dude. I can't.
Yeah,
I love
that. Might be
Beetlejuice
the
too
exception.
much. That's like the only one that I will ever watch all the time with Alec Baldwin in. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I watched. See, I used to have action figures when I was a kid from The Shadow, so that's why.
I've never watched The Shadow. So
I've never watched The Shadow, and I've never watched The Phantom, and I feel like I'd really like The Phantom.
Phantom was better, I think, if I remember right. I only saw them both once when I was a kid, and they're both.
The Phantom has Billy Zane, so you got me there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Billy
awesome. Zane's fucking fantastic. Sexy.
Whoa! Oh shit!
Scared the shit out of me.
Fuck?
That
we got
poster
ghosts.
just fell.
We got ghosts.
What the fuck was that, Jason? Jesus fucking Christ!
That's a nice
asshole.
You know what that is?
That was the Phantom.
It was fucking Harvey, dude. Just fucking
that had been. You know what it was. You know who it was.
Don't say her name. No,
it was Harvey.
No,
it was Harvey, dude. It was 09 remake, bro. He was jumping at me. Anyways,
don't say it.
Anyways, what else we got, Chad Daddy?
The editing process was extremely difficult. The editor allegedly had a nervous breakdown and left the production. The Universal executives were also rather nervous with some of the wild things in the film and insisted they be taken out. Sam Raimi confessed that the studio movie making, as opposed to independent filmmaking, didn't fulfill him in the same way. However, Raimi attributed Universal's marketing campaign to Darkman's success at the box office.
Ooh.
Okay, so I was kind of wrong. He didn't enjoy it, but at the same time, it was like, hey,
he didn't hate it because he moved on and did other big studio films, especially with Sony.
But I do want to know what was taken. Do you have is there a what's taken out, or we?
I only know one scene so far, and it was, I'll get into that later. I would really, really love to see, because the original cut was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I want that. What? I want that fucking cut.
Yeah.
Does that exist? No,
I don't think so. Remember, this was back when they didn't save.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
It could exist. I don't know if Raimi, if anybody would have Raimi
cut of this.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Like, I want to see the really weird shit that they cut out,
dude. I bet they got some. I mean, not to try to be like on the name, but I bet they got some real dark shit. No fuck, dude. That's crazy. Bob will be right back, folks. He's just popcorning, so he's just resetting. Yeah. That dude, I kind of want that cut, but I'm not. I mean, I was kind of tired last night too, so I was kind of like,
I was tired. I was tired today watching this, so yeah, I could feel it there.
I didn't fall asleep at the end, but I was fighting it because I was like, no, man, I haven't watched this movie in forever. And the wife's even like, are you sleeping? I was like, no.
I dozed off in the middle of this. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to fall asleep for this. Like, there's ones like that'll be like, yeah, I don't care. But I'm like, no, dude, I love this movie. And I haven't watched it forever.
I didn't, take a nap or anything this morning after getting the kids on the bus. I didn't sleep very well last night. So I was trying to get a nap in, but I'm like, no, I got to stay awake because the plumber's coming to get something. My daughter threw a stress ball down the one heater vent.
Oh no.
We have one heater vent that's under the kitchen sink that doesn't have a grate on it because we have to put like a little louver kind of thing to vent it out towards the front and put a grate on that, which we haven't done yet. And so I was waiting for him to show up to take the little ductwork down to get it out, which took him like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a quick 2 minutes fix. The nice thing is he's married to my cousin, so he's family, so we could just pay him with like my wife made him a peach cobbler.
There you go.
Hey,
that's what they're calling it nowadays, huh? Yeah, the good old peach cobbler. Anyways,
that's peach gobbler. Oh, anyway,
so Danny Elfman thoroughly enjoyed working with Sam Raimi on this movie. He commented, "Sam has a wonderful visual style that lends itself easily to music. There was no reason to hold back on this one. The two would collaborate on future projects. However, their partnership ended with Spider-Man 2 due to creative differences. But they would reunite for Oz the Great and Powerful, as well as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness."
I forgot Raimi fucking did Oz.
I've never seen it.
I think I've seen parts of that, and it was dark. Like what we all know.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but darker than I think. Like normal. Like,
have you ever seen the second Oz, dude, from Disney? That shit was pretty fucking dark, man.
No,
The Return to Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit give kids literal nightmares, dude. Like sometimes Disney doesn't even try to like say they own it because
Well, that was probably during the dark years of when Disney was not the most happiest place on the planet.
That was right around the time they did like the Black Cauldron and stuff.
The dirty 80s, dude.
Say what you want, the Black Cauldron's a great movie.
I love the Black Cauldron.
It's a wonderful movie.
Never seen it.
Bro.
There's a lot of Disney movies
they try to disown it so much, but we're just like, no.
I bought a copy of it bootleg at one of the Pittsburgh Comic-Cons back years before they would even consider releasing it. Like before it got the major resurgence of popularity. Yeah.
Weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was banned for years, and then they finally decided, screw it, we're putting it out.
That's so weird, dude. Fucking make money. Anyways.
So Durant's finger fetish derived from Sam Raimi wanting the character to have a specific trademark, one that hinted at a military background, which would explain why Durant is so proficient with a grenade launcher when he's firing it from a helicopter.
Okay.
You know what my favorite moment with Durant was, dude? Is when him and his cronies were chasing Liam Neeson through the crowd just full on shooting. And then when he took the face off and they stopped and noticed they're sitting there and they're like, oh, and they hid the guns like super like not inconspicuous by any fucking
They were just like
and I'm like, what? They literally saw you fuckers slowly trudging through this courtyard,
and yet everybody almost
shooting
went back
a
to their
blaze.
business. And yet, like everybody went back to their business. Like,
bro, that's just 80s money right there, man. That's 80s big money. You can just get paid the fuck, dude. He walked out of the police station and told his lawyer off, and still, like, he was able to walk out of the police station. You know what I mean? They didn't detain him or anything like that. Like, I don't know.
That's what it's like being a gangster.
Yeah,
Not
right.
that I would know.
That's cool though, dude. I like the finger thing was weird, and I enjoyed it. It's always cringy like that.
Well, that was probably, their little thing from Apocalypse Now with what's his name?
Marlon Brando. The worst one is always Planet Terror with the balls.
Oh yeah,
you give me your balls. My what? Your balls.
Your balls.
And then the fucking thing breaks on his face. Oh man, yeah. See, it's been a minute since you guys have thought about that scene.
It's been a minute since I've even seen that. Yeah.
Continue on.
Right?
The script went through 12 drafts overall. The reason is because Raimi wanted to explore Peyton Darkman's arc over the course of the film. He said, "I decided to explore a man's soul. In the beginning, a sympathetic, sincere man. In the middle, a vengeful man committing heinous acts against his enemies. And in the end, a man full of self-hatred for what he's become, who must drift off into the night, into a world apart from everyone he knows and all the things he loves." And he did that pretty well.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say he nailed it, dude.
I've seen the second movie. God, I would love to have seen a proper sequel to this movie.
Who plays him in the second one? It's
Duvall.
the same guy.
No, it's the guy who plays the mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he was good in that movie. He was terrible as Darkman. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, Liam Neeson was a really hard act to follow.
Well, yeah, dude. Like fucking Liam Neeson is.
It didn't have Raimi behind it, so yeah, there you go, right there. Continue.
Okay. Larry Drake was cast because of the way he underplayed Durant, quiet, careful, but intense. Sam Raimi never watched a single episode of LA Law where Drake played the developmentally disabled Benny, but Drake's face reminded him of a modern-day Edward G. Robinson. He looked so mean and domineering, yet he had an urbane wit about him. Raimi believed these qualities made him the perfect adversary for Darkman.
Was it Billy Zane? Okay, nice.
No. Bobby was right. It's the guy from The Mummy.
Yeah,
he looks a lot like Billy Zane.
He does. They kind of have the same like facial.
They do.
It's the eyes, dude.
Let me just get the gentleman's name real quick so I can fucking.
Right, give him kudos. Anyways, what else we got, Chad? Daddy?
Okay. In his memoir, If Chins Could Kill, actor Bruce Campbell explains that the rough cut of the film featured a scene in which the film's main antagonist, Louis Strack Jr., spreads gold coins across the covers of his bed, strips naked, and writhes atop the money while laughing maniacally in a fetishistic ecstasy. The scene was deemed too disturbing by test audiences and cut from the film, which baffled Campbell, who argued that was its purpose. Campbell also confesses it was his favorite personal scene in the film.
What the fuck?
Of course.
Why didn't we get that? That should have been in there, man. That's like some American Psycho shit, dude.
Blame the audiences.
Man, I want to be in a test audience. I really do.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Because like I want them to give me some shit, and then like I don't know how test audiences work by any means. Like, I don't know if it's like just a questionnaire you fill out or if it's actually like a general, like, hey, we're going to ask you guys open questions and we want to get your feedback.
No, it's a questionnaire you fill out at the.
They give you like a little card or something.
All right. So then if that is known, then I need to get myself in a test audience. And then when it gets done, if it is awesome, just be super loud and blatant about it. Be like, that was fucking fantastic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just see what people say. Like, yeah.
So the gentleman's name who did Darkman in 2 and 3 was Arnold Vosloo. I think I'm saying, Arnold Vosloo.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks, Bobby.
That sounds right.
All righty. Anything else, Chad did?
Julia Roberts was almost cast as Julie Hastings before she got the role in Pretty Woman and had to be replaced. So not only did we almost get Bill Paxton, we almost got Pretty Woman herself.
Oh, all right.
I have a feeling if she did that, that probably would have killed her career, though.
You think so?
If she did this?
Well, she stepped away from this to do Pretty Woman, and
Pretty Woman was her
that launched
big,
her to
like,
stardom.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
No, you're
yeah.
right. You're right. 100%, bud. All right.
Kathy Bates was originally cast as the Burn Doctor, but backed out before filming. Jenny Agutter took over the role at the request of John Landis.
Oh yeah, because she was in American Werewolf in London.
Oh, Brody said I had to do a test audience for his short film, and it's a shit feeling anxiety city. I could only imagine, dude. Like, it's one thing showing friends and stuff that like have known you've been working on it, but to just show a bunch of random people, which is the whole idea, like you want to get it out there so they can enjoy it.
Yeah.
But to actually like get criticism from people you have no idea how they're going to take this whatsoever. You don't know if they're going to be into this, even into like what, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I can get it. That could be stressful.
It's totally anxiety, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not a filmmaker though, but I'd be like, it's necessary as well.
Yep.
Well, yeah, absolutely, dude. But case in point, sometimes I don't know, because I feel like in a lot of these things that Chad tells us about, we get a lot of cool scenes that get cut because the general populace is a bunch of fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're also just so sensitive
and they're
to
pussies.
something.
Yeah, like maybe they're not desensitized enough as like.
Hey, I feel like test audiences are the reason we didn't get that fucking kick-ass Event Horizon cut.
You are correct, sir.
That we will never see now.
100%.
I think that and probably the studio too. I think both, but definitely test audiences.
All righty.
Continue.
Anything else, Chad Daddy?
Colin Friels fell off the 3-story steel girder set in the middle of a fight scene and broke his femur.
Ouch. See, that sucks.
Yeah, that's...
All right. Anything else?
Okay. During the lengthy editing process brought on by low test preview scores, Darkman was cut down from roughly 2 hours to 85 minutes. One of the credited editors, Bud Smith, completed this version while Sam Raimi went on vacation. After seeing this cut, Danny Elfman threatened to take his name off the movie to support Raimi. Eventually, Universal decided there was nothing that could be done to save the movie, and the picture locked the cut. At the advice of Bob Murawski, Raimi, Rob Tappert, and Murawski re-edited the entire film over a span of 48 hours, adding back in material they liked which had not tested well. They didn't tell anyone they did this, and Universal executives, who were reportedly furious about it, did not notice this had been done until after the sound mix had been completed, which was 2 days before the screenings for critics.
Yes! I love it! I love it! I love when that shit happens, dude. What's that, Bob?
It worked.
No, man, that's good. Like, could you imagine if Elfman like dipped out, dude? Like, this movie wouldn't have happened. Like,
no.
If all that shit went down, like, no.
And at that time, I mean,
and here's the thing, and I'm
Danny
not saying
Elfman, like you're not gonna not listen.
I'm not saying like, okay, maybe we would enjoy the 2 hour and 40-minute cut or 45-minute cut for sure. But sometimes, dude, movies don't need to be long. Sometimes a movie just needs to be as long as it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Case in point, we were talking about the Batman before this.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, I've seen movies, and I think to technically be a movie, like a full-length movie, you have to be, 80 minutes? Is that?
It's 89. Well, all right. Depending on the studio, actually all studios, if you want a full-length movie, it is 89 minutes, and you get an extra screening per day for 89 minutes. 90 minutes, you do not.
But what is it? So what is it at an hour? At an hour, it's not...
It is
70 minutes is the shortest, I believe, that you consider a full-length feature film.
Is that how that works? Okay,
I believe so.
Yeah. Now most back in the day, most studios. I'm gonna go this way. Case in point with just say Jason Goes to Hell. There's a rated and unrated.
Right.
The rated is the movie they want because of money. The unrated is because of people. So, but every studio wants a movie that they could get more screenings per day. So it's like 89, 90 minutes. Basically.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if a movie were to say be like only an hour, but that's all it needs to be, is that really a bad thing? I don't personally think it is.
No.
I think a movie could be.
Yeah.
I think a movie could be an hour. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm missing You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, I think you're right, but at the same time, a studio's probably like, you have an hour, and they might say if it's good enough, they might be like, just add 10 minutes somewhere
Because like
where
under
it's
an
not
hour,
you know.
under an hour would feel like a short, but like an hour
Yes.
to me doesn't feel like a short. But I don't know what that would be called. Brody would be the perfect person to be actually answering probably this, dude. I hope he's listening.
That also does depend on just the movie,
right? I bet there's hour movies out there, dude. There gotta be.
Yeah, there is. One of them's Jaws 4.
Oh my god,
it is. I swear.
Alfred Returns. All right. Anything else?
I want to say like some of the older Disney animated films are like an hour ish.
I'm gonna look this up. Is there anything else behind the curtain we got, sir?
Let's see. John Landis plays a cameo of a bearded masked physician with large glasses who observed the burn doctor's presentation of Westlake's grisly immolation aftermath.
Yes, he does. Yeah, you could see him.
All right. Wait, what? Nightmare Before Christmas is only an hour? No, it's not. That's fucking hour and 20. That's a normal.
Okay, I'll keep going on. Let's see. With release in 1990, Marvel Comics published a 3-issue adaptation of Darkman in color, along with a larger black and white magazine-size adaptation consisting of all 3 issues. In 93, Darkman returned in a 6-issue miniseries, also published by Marvel Comics. In 2006, Dynamite Entertainment published a crossover that pitted Darkman against Sam Raimi's Ash Williams of the Evil Dead Army of Darkness franchise.
Fuck off. That's awesome.
Yeah. They did Darkman versus Army of Darkness.
That's crazy.
Also, alongside the theatrical release in 90, Jove Books published the novel adaptation written by Randall Boyle. In 94, Boyle returned to expand upon the adventures of Darkman in a 4-novel miniseries from Pocket Books. Over the 4 novels, there was The Hangman, The Price of Fear, The Gods of Hell, and In the Face of Death. Boyle further develops Darkman's character and how he deals with his new existence as an outcast individual with the ability to help others.
See, why can't we get that?
I didn't know they did a novel series, but there's more. As well as that, Universal Television financed a 30-minute television pilot based on Darkman, which was made in 92 and was to be shown on Fox. The pilot, directed by Brian Grant, retold the origin of the character with some alterations and introduced several new characters. Christopher Bowen starred in the role of Peyton Westlake Darkman. Larry Drake reprised his role of Robert G. Durant, and Kathleen York played the cop Jenny.
They actually filmed this?
Yes, they filmed the pilot and never aired. The origin is similar to the one in the original film, as Peyton discovers his synthetic skin is attacked and left for dead by Durant and his gang. In this version, however, Peyton is already married to Julie and she's killed in the explosion. As in the films, Westlake becomes Darkman and seeks vengeance on Durant and his gang. Darkman's headquarters are in an abandoned observatory overlooking the city, and he is wanted by the police for his actions against Durant's gang. The pilot ends with some scenes from the first film, particularly of Darkman and Durant fighting, and Darkman stating that justice will answer with a brand new face. It was never aired and it never got picked up.
It's on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it.
Is it really?
Shit. Oh, I'm watching that.
Oh, I gotta watch that now.
Unaired pilot. There's one for 31 minutes and there's one for 22 minutes. So I don't know.
31 minutes it is.
Yeah, who knows what you're going to get extra in those minutes, but we'll see.
And finally, my last bit, in April of this year, Neeson was in talks about he would be interested in reprising his role for a legacy sequel to the original film. The producer of the sequel film was attached, and the studio has already started to talk about the sequel.
No, okay. See, I don't see that as a legacy sequel. I would see that as the proper sequel.
What's a legacy sequel?
It's what everything's doing now. It's what everything's doing now. Like Chainsaw, Halloween, those are legacy sequels. That's what they are.
Why?
Because you're bringing back old characters. You're rehash.
You're bringing back old characters and introducing new ones to continue on the legacy, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, fair enough. I learned something today. Okay. Awesome. I'd be fine with that. Honestly, dude, yeah, just I wonder if they could just fucking just scrape 2 and 3 so I don't have to watch that to know like that should just fucking go right from the first one and reboot it from there. Whatever. That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how old Liam Neeson is because
he hasn't aged.
He's fucking Darkman, dude.
Yeah, he'll be under makeup anyway. Who cares?
Right, and he can wear whatever other fucking face he wants. So, all right. So we are on to our questions, right, sir? Are you all?
I'm done. Yep.
I didn't want to jump. Sorry.
No, we're good.
All right, gentlemen, where did we watch this?
Prime.
On demand.
You motherfucker.
Also Prime. Alrighty. So, douche of the film. I think that's an easy one. Well, maybe it's not actually.
No, I would actually say the big honcho behind it all.
Yeah.
Who gets killed at the end.
I'm sad we didn't see his weird fucking bed gold scene, dude.
Yeah.
I kind of he is a douche because he tried playing the nice guy and then he was like, oh, psych, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, because he was behind it the whole fucking time.
Yeah, he gets it, dude, because he's like perfect 80s douche. Where like Durant's just mafia hitman.
Yeah.
But
I feel like somewhere in this movie, in one of the cut scenes, there had to have been a scene of him snorting lines of coke off a stripper's ass, off a hooker's ass.
So I love her line. What's her? I can't remember her name right now, dude. Julie. I love her line when she was telling him that there was another guy. She's like, "Yeah, he comforted me once, but
in other words."
Like, and I was like, "What a nice way to be like, yeah, we hooked up."
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't just once; they were dating. And they were still dating. Like
she thought he was dead. I mean,
I'm no. I'm not holding it against her by any means. I just think the way that she delivered that was just like, all right, I understand you're not trying to like sugarcoat it by any means, but
you did.
Yeah,
you did. And I understand he's
trying to ease it on him. I get
listen. I understand he's
Birdie.
Oh,
snorting toilet paper off a stripper's ass.
Now, listen, I understand he's dead, but, grieving, that's not grieving. Just saying.
Yeah, but that dude was sniffing on her while he was still alive, too. So
that man probably got a pair of her panties.
And I mean, he's a successful dude. Obviously,
yeah,
he's
racketeering
he's not a hideous fucking chud, so easy draw. So,
God.
Alrighty. So let's see. This would be favorite kill. For me,
Ted Raimi. We don't see it, but
okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna go with the hitman with the little dagger on his head. Even though it was a throw out the window, I like the full car crush and how it leads into that lady screaming at him and then seeing.
Speaking about that scene, I could have sworn, and I was wrong. I thought that was fucking.
It was Bruce Willis.
No, I thought, I thought the girl was Lucy Lawless.
Oh, I always thought that was Bruce Willis when I was a kid for some reason. I don't know why. Like,
I mean, he kind of does look like him.
Yeah,
it's like a fatter Bruce Willis. Yeah. Lucy Lawless.
I thought it was, but it wasn't.
No.
Her name was in the credits. I don't remember what it was, but no, it wasn't Lucy Lawless.
But yeah, that would be mine one. I can't remember the dude's name, but yeah, when he gets thrown out of the window. So
his name was Paul.
That was Paulie, yeah.
Paul, that's right. Thank you. What do you got, Chad Daddy? Who's yours? I know this one's a little tough one for this one.
It is because we got 3 people throwing off buildings, which I did like the Ted Raimi.
That was scary, just like how it was
I think I want to give it to the Guzman guy because he got shot by his own man because he wasn't wearing just one mask; he was wearing 2 masks and faked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucked, dude.
That
was
mask on
pretty
top of the
fucked.
mask
And duct tape
on the mouth.
Yep. Ooh. All right.
I just love that. That was just a cool scene. It always stuck with me from the first time I saw it too.
Now this is
that's
an
what I gotta go with.
This is an add-in question, and everybody's gonna answer the same thing, but I don't care. Favorite weapon in this movie? Leg gun.
Yes,
leg gun. Fucking was awesome. All right, so that actually takes us to best scene. So best scene in this movie for you, gentlemen.
I would have to say when he is Darkman and he's trying to figure out how to get his skin. So the scene we were talking about before that looks like
okay. So the
Spider-Man scene.
Yeah. Because I like when it leads up, but I also like when it leads up to him and he's holding the beaker in his hand and his hand lights on fire. And he's like, he's not feeling it. He's like, they took my hands. Like that's the moment of real human. Like, you took my fucking hands. Like,
that reminded me of Evil Dead 2. He's like, you took my hand.
Okay, yeah, that too.
I'm like, if he says "you bastards," dude, they literally ripped the lines, but he didn't say "you bastards." I was like, all right, it was close. But anyways,
my favorite scene was his little meltdown at the carnival, because it was like there's like a comic book come to life.
That is a great scene.
Just
too.
even the way it was shot, like that was like pure Raimi style, like with the like the crazy angles, dude, and
the angles, just the things flashing behind him. Tell me that wasn't a comic book scene right there.
That was
right? Like things were sped up, slowed down, like the Carney dude, like how we say it, like that, like he was talking right up to the fucking camera, like,
and then he breaks his fucking fingers right in half.
Dude, he fucking bent them shits like fucking Play-Doh, like, like.
I loved it so much.
All right, so best scene. Oh man, I'm gonna have to say, I think it's like when these first, like almost when it's like when he breaks out, like it's all like it's heartbreaking because, you know, like he runs into Julie, dude. She's just like scared shitless. He fucking finds like the worst storm gutter to fucking try to sleep in.
I just love the scene of him just putting that overcoat on in the rain.
Yeah, like that was
beautifully shot.
That was Spider-Man. But it was opposite Spider-Man. Spider-Man throws his in the fucking trash and walks away. No, that was fantastic. Like, I love rainy fucking alleyway scenes, and that was like the hardest rain, dude, like out of anything. And I liked how that was like his first snap too, when he was in the hospital and he wakes up and breaks out of his restraints. And I love it because it's that just like pure ironic moment of her just being like, oh, well, this will never happen. Hulk smash. And
he's like, fuck you, it's happening.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna go with that one, dude. His full like or like him coming to awakening scene. Which would then lead to, did the opening scene hook you in?
Absolutely.
Oh,
shoot out of the fucking
hell
dogs.
yeah,
Dude.
dude.
I love that.
With a fucking leg gun. With a leg gun to start it out, dude.
And the cutting of a finger.
Cutting of all of his fingers.
Yeah. I love how like both sides were set up with the shit. Like the other side had fucking cars in giant boxes ready to go. And then Durant was just like, hey, check out me with my Desert Eagle. Just fucking
where did that come from,
dude?
Where did that come from?
He is a hell of a shot, dude. I can tell you that, man. Because like that he got a 2 for his first shot. You remember?
That goes back to his most probable
his military training. Aha!
But yeah, where did that fucking pistol come from?
I don't know.
Stole it from the military, bro. That's a Desert Eagle.
How did it get past them? Because they were patted down.
Yeah, they were all patted down.
Apparently, he had a fucking.
That means somebody doesn't know how to.
Maybe he had it. Maybe he had it up his sleeve.
Maybe he just looked at him. He's like, "You ain't fucking touching me." Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's
Durant
a possibility. That's a very Durant.
Durant has very kind of Kingpin-esque vibes to me.
Yes, he does.
Like a low Kingpin, but Kingpin nonetheless. But yeah, man, the opening scene was fantastic, dude. It was just cool shootout. I love the leg gun. What a perfect like. Just jump into it. And I love the dude just fucking hobbling there the whole time. Like, fucking great. All right. So, most attractive character, Darkman, obviously. I mean, there's not really a lot of ladies. It's just
there
Julie
wasn't,
Field.
and I don't even want to give it to. I don't want to give it to the main girl, Julie, because I just never. It's a toss up to me between the doctor, because you know she was really cute in American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah,
or the Screaming Woman.
I'm going Doctor.
I'll go with Doctor.
I got to go with Doctor, but the Screaming Woman's a close second because she looked like a young hot Lucy Lawless.
That's fine. I'm going Doctor because she was brunette.
Yeah, British. British.
She's like an 8.
She could talk to me slowly, please.
She's like, oh my god, dude. What the fuck? What's her name in Austin Powers? Jesus.
Oh, Elizabeth Hurley?
Yeah, she's like a 80s Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Dude, Elizabeth Hurley's still looking good, by the way.
Oh my fucking. Oh, dude, she's fantastic. Anyways, That's who wins the most attractive character, Elizabeth Hurley. She wasn't even in the movie, but
exactly.
Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled.
Bro.
As the devil.
You terrible.
Yeah, but listen, man, them push-ups were fucking doing work that whole movie so hard, dude. Like, come on. That woman is an attractive woman, but them push-ups were like, fuck.
Continue on.
All right. So, did the score set the mood?
Oh, God, yeah. It's Danny Elfman.
Fuck, yeah,
it's
Danny
Jesus
Elfman.
Christ.
I need say more. And then also, I'm giving best song to just Danny Elfman because he literally has. I looked up the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is just the score. So it's just Danny Elfman. So Danny Elfman wins both.
He wins both categories. Give him the Oscar.
Well, if I had to pick an actual song,
whoa!
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
Your mic is going really fast and really popcorny.
That was
what about right
crazy.
now?
Still doing it, man.
Still
refresh something.
Oh my god! Sorry, bud. Wow, that came in out of fucking nowhere. Holy shit! Hey, we're trying to get. You know what? We're getting better to where we have.
This is chocolate
Bobby.
rain all over again, dude.
It is. That only happened to me. Knock on wood.
What, twice, 3 times, maybe.
One time?
No,
it happened.
That.
It happened twice, I think. Right? Okay. At least that I know of. All right. So Danny Elfman wins best song score. Bobby's back. Welcome back, Bob. We haven't gone anywhere extra. So
the only how do I sound? You need to tell me.
Better.
Okay. The only thing I would say for like song is when the credits are playing in the beginning. I love that. I love that music. Like that'd be my favorite track.
I think that was still Elfman. I mean,
no. I'm
you're
saying
just saying
like
the opening track. Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
yes.
Nope. Yeah. I get that. That was a good, because it was a good like title card. Like, it didn't have to say Elfman, and you knew it was Elfman. You know what I mean? You could just hear those like tones in it.
You know what? Can we backtrack just a little bit?
Go ahead. What you want?
Runner up for most attractive character.
The
Final Shemp.
Oh, bro, yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't believe we forgot about him.
Yeah, right. Okay, so favorite character, dude, Liam Neeson, Darkman.
Yes,
with Durant in a close second. He might have been an asshole, but he played that character well.
All right. Scary? No, not scary.
No, but the makeup effect on Darkman, that was pretty scary.
That was good.
That was really well done.
Almost a little Freddy Krueger-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, so how was the acting? I thought the acting.
You forgot. Does it hold up today?
Oh yeah, it does hold up because it does. Does it hold up today?
I would say the only changes maybe some.
Here we go again.
Visual effect. Oh Jesus!
Why is it speeding them up?
I don't know. Bobby, can you switch back to the other USB port?
Just did twice. Okay.
I'm sorry, Bob. I don't. Dude, it's weird. It's like, I wish you could see this because it's like hyper, like you'll go and then it'll like catch you up and then it'll like pause and it'll like catch you up. It's weird. What the fuck? Sorry.
It's Mary Lou. Has to be.
See, you said it and we were going good the whole fucking time. You had to say it.
God damn it, Mary Lou.
Bobby even told you not to say it too. All right, so hold up today. He did say, I think he said yes.
Yeah, he did.
All right, and I'm gonna agree with yes. Poor Bob, dude. I wish we lived closer because I want to be like, I'm gonna set you fucking up, dude.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel so bad because we're like also powerless to really help.
Right? It's just pretty much like, woof. All right, Bob is back. I'm pretty sure you said.
I'm gonna say this right now. You say Mary Lou one more time, I swear to fucking
right.
Christ.
He shouldn't have fucking.
You say it every time, and then that's why I have issues.
All right, so you said yes to Holds Up, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, acting, solid,
100% great.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's where I'm keeping it. That's where I'm
100. Yeah, cinematography. It's
wonderful.
Rainy, dude.
Love it. Love the cinematography in this, especially the whole chase scene with the helicopter.
That was fun. That was very fun. I liked everything, man. I think my favorite shot still, though, is Raimi's brother up in traffic. It was scary. It was weird. It was like fast. It just looked, I don't know. It just looked so weird. And it's always,
as much as I love the helicopter, my favorite shot, like I said before, was him in the rainy alley putting on the overcoat.
That was good. That was good. It was sad to see his box blow away and that fucking gallons upon gallons of water just coming down. All right. So, and the premise, yeah. Bloodied, burnt up Batman. I'm for it.
Not only do I like the premise, I like the fact that we got his origin within the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Ooh.
Yes.
Like it just cut right to it.
You know what? That's good. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. 100%. It didn't take at least half the movie to get there or a solid, good job. All right. So recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
Rewind.
I'm rewinding this shit, and then I'm also gonna throw on a reboot if we get that legendary series or legacy series, whatever.
Same. I agree. Rewind, possibly reboot. But it has to be done the right way, and it has to be with Liam Neeson. Otherwise, don't bother.
Yeah. Don't give me anything else. Fucking butter. It's garbage.
Yes.
Or unless you want to reboot it with Bruce Campbell, I'll accept that. All right. So the DKB started us out high and heavy with a 4.5. So, gentlemen, we're gonna rate this bitch. Bob, what you got?
4.5. Not even gonna argue.
4.5 as well. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Daddy.
I think you guys are being a little too generous. It's a 3.5 for me. I like it, but it does have moments where I kind of nodded off again, like I said. So I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay. And I'm going to go with right in the middle. I'm going to go with a 4 because that's where it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like it's not my favorite superhero movie by any means, but it's also one of the many better ones out of the shitty ones I've seen. So that divided by 4 gives us a 4.1 for 1990s Darkman. All righty, Chad. We are we're an hour 47 right now.
Yeah.
And we are changing themes as of next week. So what are we doing?
So next week we start spooky season with the original black and white 1963 version of The Haunting.
All right.
The good version.
Haunting.
Is that whose pick was this? Was this Scoob's?
I think it was Scoob's. Yes.
Because I picked the House on Haunted Hill afterwards.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's Scoob's.
So this you can rent anywhere pretty much, but it doesn't look like it's any streaming service. I'm sure Bob will have it on demand.
Of course.
1963. Wow, this is a G rating. This might be our first G rating fucking film.
I don't think they even had R ratings back in 1963.
I think
but it wasn't even PG.
Yeah.
It's G.
Wait, let me see. When did the MPAA actually start rating?
Because we've done PG movies, dude. Because like Tourist Trap was PG.
Well,
The MPAA rating systems didn't start until 1968.
There you go.
Oh no shit. Okay. So this is 1963. This is probably going to be Gore Moore's first oldest movie, right? To date. I don't think we've done one any older.
Not yet.
Have we even done 60s?
Just our 200th episode with Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah. All right.
But that was 68. That was 1968, so this is still older.
Yeah, this is definitely older.
Oh, but that was like technically our first 60s. So all right, cool. I got nothing nerdy this week. So I don't know.
I'm just looking real quick, nothing.
I don't think I really have anything.
Oh, you know what? I guess the only nerdy thing I could throw on there is, that 2013 Evil Dead update came out for the Evil Dead game. So even if you don't have the DLC pack or the season pass to where you can get the characters, at least the mission wise for the 2013 mission is still playable. And I was playing it and it's hard as fuck and it's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So other than that, I think it's time to sign this bitch out.
Yeah, I'm just real quick. I'm looking on Bloody Disgusting to see if there's anything worth mentioning. The first full trailer of the Last of Us
the HBO series. Okay,
yeah, was it HBO Prime? Yeah, that debuted today. I haven't watched it.
I think it's HBO. I think
you might be right,
but the game was great.
I'll give it a go because I really like the first game. So
yeah, game was great. Fuck yeah, dude! I played that shit on PS3.
There's not much else here that's like really worthy of at least.
All right.
I know Werewolf by Night's getting really good early reviews right now. That'll be out on Disney Plus October
7th.
Yeah.
So that's a hell of a weekend. So the 6th we get Terrifier 2 drops out on theaters, and I don't know if it's on VOD at the same time. I think it's just theaters, but I could be wrong. But then the 7th we get not only Werewolf by Midnight on Disney, but we also get the new Hellraiser for Hulu, which looks fucking fantastic.
Yes,
if anybody knows how I feel about the Hellraiser series that's been listening along this fucking time, I could care less.
Dude,
this shit's got to be all fucking into it, dude.
They brought the Chatterer back for it. I am so fucking happy.
Like, this shit looks 100%. Cannot wait. And maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll fucking review that in this next year.
We might.
I would honestly say it's the best looking Pinhead since Doug Bradley.
I heard your best looking Hellraiser, I think.
Best looking Hellraiser since Doug Bradley.
Oh, since Doug Bradley. Okay.
It's happening again.
Yeah, it's happening again. But we're
really wish you could hear yourself. It's so comical. I feel so bad for you, buddy.
You
don't want to.
You gotta stop saying the name, man. You gotta stop saying the name.
It's his fault.
It's invoking it. All right, so we're gonna sign this bitch out. Sign this bitch out. Bobby, start us off if you can.
This is your killing Bobby Moon saying we'll see you next week, fuckers.
Hey, good enough. I heard it. That's all that matters.
That works.
Chad Daddy.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy saying we'll see you next week, bitches.
And this is your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for tuning in. Catch us next week for The Haunting.
Yeah.
And spooky season officially. And once again, like I always say, remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Penis.